Line Books present the audiobook of Overpopulation, the hidden agenda for global reset. Scene 14. Texting home. In his room at the Palace Resort, he texted Leonie. Hi. Hi, Philip. How everything? Henry is on the rampage. Billy wants you. Don't let him book anything. Sorry. British Airways, next Thursday. Banks sighed. Where to? Shanghai. Great. Sarcastic emoji. Wish I was going. Henry? He wants Warwink's done. Billy? I've heard nothing. Lord Martin is unwell. Explain. He has been at the manor all week. Prof? He said it's a virus. No one believes him. Other news? Nothing. Back Sunday. Okay. You will not be in the office. If you say so. Weekend is yours. Yes, boss. Hand-waving emoji. Banks's shoulders sagged. Work commitments were piling up. Lord Martin was unwell. He texted Billy. Shanghai? Your lucky day. Hyatt. WTF. Troy has the lead on Warwinks. ? Vitellius is bidding on behalf of Jiang Zemin. Crafty bastard. Shall we outbid him? No. How's Lord Martin? Not good. ? Saw last night. Terrible. White as a sheet. Why didn't anybody tell me? Professor is worried. Banks was at a loss to know what to say. Talk later. I've a meeting. Thumbs up symbol. Okay. Banks checked a new message from Kitty. Hi, Philip. I'm in reception. See you soon. Thumbs up symbol. Banks pushed his hand into his pocket and touched the photo of Zara, then pulled out his phone again and played his latest favourite track on Spotify. In the blood, in the blood, in the soul of the sea, comes the wise man and the jester, they both cheated me. He had no idea what the song was about, but certain phrases moved him. Listening to it felt cathartic, like a sandwich on charcoal bread. The body could not digest the charcoal, but the charcoal absorbed bad toxins and purged them from the system. Banks took a final look at the imposing sight of Zuma from his room. If he had had more time, he would like to have climbed her. But his schedule seldom allowed for such luxuries. He went downstairs to meet with Kitty. Scene 15. For the sake of sustainability. The British Deputy High Commissioner to Abuja sat across the desk from Banks, a short, red-headed woman who introduced herself as Jean Hemel-Hempstead, delighted to meet you, Philip. She wore a light cream jacket with 3 buttons to her blouse undone. Not quite sexy, but not a passion killer either. Her glasses were clear-rimmed and she shook hands with a single up-down jerk, firm but feminine. Banks rated her 7 for professionalism. She was proficient, but in view of Nigeria being a tough place to do business, he doubted she would cope under pressure. He was in a hurry and did not dwell on nicety. I was at the fan meeting. Jean fixed him with a hard stare, wondering if he was friend or foe. You know that Usani Ogbeth has just assumed the role of acting president. No one will challenge him now. They believe he is behind the president's death. I see. Where does that leave Warwinks? The Christians have been pushing for a plebiscite all year. It was the president's last statement. Ogbeth won't overturn it. But all the polls suggest that the public will vote no. Without Nigeria, the other 17 African nations are unlikely to go ahead. I'd say Warwinks is dead. The door opened and a Nigerian staff with white gloves entered to pour tea. A Kenyan blend with lemon on the side, he deposited a selection of British biscuits on a silver tray in the centre of the table. The staff member whispered something into Jean's ear. Meanwhile, Banks received a message from Mads. Mamadou detained by police, Abuja. The staff exited the room and closed the door behind him. I've just learned that the police in Abuja have detained Mamadou. Probably just a precaution. Can you get her released? Released? The Muslim majority don't like her. They see her and all those from Zuma as practitioners in the occult. Listen, I'd like you to invite her here for a meeting. To the British High Commission, with her black supremacist credentials. Jean laughed. Oh, I doubt she would come. If they believe that she has just killed their president with her voodoo, she'll be hanging from a tree somewhere by the end of the night. What better place to find sanctuary than on the British soil of the embassy? You do realise that colluding with someone like Mamadou would compromise the British High Commission. Banks selected a biscuit from the table and dunked it into his tea. She's a celebrity, and if there is one thing I know about celebrities, they will do anything for attention. You think you can persuade her to rally the public to vote for Warwinks, don't you? Something like that. Can you accommodate? Jean looked flustered. All right. I'll get someone round to the authorities to try to pick her up. Good. Tonight then, 6 p.m. What exactly is your position on the Warwinks, Philip? We do not have a position. Good to hear it. Neither does the British government. However, in the event of a Pan-African water company, our position, that of Delange Martin, would be to support its stability. Banks sipped at his tea. Jean took a moment to drink her tea too. Your predecessor? Banks referred to a portrait on the wall. Lord Dalkeith, yes. Back in England, is he? Yes. He lives in the Lake District, near Windermere. Beautiful place to walk, I would imagine. An area of outstanding natural beauty. Perhaps. Does your husband like to walk? Went to Cambridge, didn't he? So you have read my resume. Must miss England, stuck out here. Jean said nothing. From Ely, isn't he? Yes. The Brockenham estate is near Ely. Are you aware of it? Quite grand. The river runs through it. Poor old Lady Brockenham is too old to maintain it. She is 96. Oh? Her only child died in a plane accident back in the 60s. Terrible. Her estate comes with a title. Is that so? How many years has it been? Pardon? How many years have you and your husband lived here in Nigeria? I'm not sure. Jean began to feel terribly uncomfortable. 11. Imagine that. 11 years in Nigeria. You must like it here. It is very rewarding work. What about your husband? Does he like it here? Jean began to move uncomfortably. Does he like to drink? Kitty had detailed his drunken antics back to Delange Martin in countless memorandum. What are you implying? Jean employed a stern tone. Her chest filled with air, and she sat upright in her chair. In the event of an agreement between West African nations to sell their water, we would do all we could to purchase that concern. Banks maintained as much eye contact as he could. For Britain, for the people of Nigeria, for sustainability. Wouldn't you agree? Jean clasped her hands together, then looked at the ceiling. She then asked, Does Reuben Segal want sustainability? I believe he does. Then yes, we would want sustainability. Good. Then we are agreed. Banks finished his tea and stood to admire the painting of Lord Dalkeith. Must be good to walk around your own estate. He departed. Banks left the British High Commission and called 22 in London. "Hello, 22. Have you been bitten yet? There's a nasty strain of mosquito doing the rounds in northern Nigeria. I believe it covers Abuja. We released a new batch last month. Tricky characteristics. Loves the wet, virulent, very aggressive, preference for type O hemoglobin. One bite slows the metabolism, harsh reaction to antiviral medicines. Incidence of male infertility 84% over the medium term. It's a marvel. No need to thank. You've had your jab, haven't you?" Banks didn't have time for 22's convoluted world. "I need Spyron's help." "Of course, Nigeria's population is spinning out of control, headed to 600 million as it is. Ha! Fertility rates amongst the 14 to 32-year-olds down 65% due to the unwarranted side effects of detoxinated water interacting with the pathogens in number X and 22 anti-malarial vaccination. All corroborated by random samples of Médecins Sans Frontières last July. Confirms my hypothesis. All curves on the way down. Big Dipper. No need of concern. Yes, what do you need Spyron for?" "I need you to spread some footage. Mamadou gave a performance at the fan meeting today. Used a snake. A lot of voodoo. Should put the willers up the Muslim community. Now President Mohammed is dead, they'll be baying for her blood. Spread to all religious, financial and community centres. Run with Mamadou slays Muslim president. Or Darling of the West Mamadou in voodoo curse on Muslim president. No, I've got it. Mamadou mother magnacide. You get the idea. Stirring the pot, eh? Piece of cake. When do you need this by?" "Immediately. I have a meeting at 6 tonight. "How very propitious. Optimum time for biting. Infection is all about timing, you know." The line was momentarily silent. "I'll need a feed into Mamadou's phone, car and home as well. Audio, visual, whatever you can arrange." "Are you sure this is business, Philip? I mean, Spyron is not a dating app. Just make it happen. Send me the links." Banks closed the contact. He sent a text to Billy Hunt. "Hi. Phil? Meeting Mamadou tonight. Lucky bastard. 22 sending me his links. Anything juicy? Send them to me too." "Can't." "Come on, I won't tell anyone." "No, it's unethical." "What are you up to?" "Nothing. How's Lord Martin?" "Very ill. I'll let you know if anything changes." "Okay." Thumbs up emoji. Banks wondered where he might stay for the night. As he was thinking, his phone chimed. It was Kitty. "Hi, Philip. Can you do dinner?" "Yes." 7 at the Sheraton Abuja. "Can we make it 8? 8 it is. They do a tremendous grilled tilapia." Within the hour, protesters had congregated outside Parliament, demanding the charge of Mamadou for magnacide of President Zainab Mohammed. For Abuja's Muslim majority, voodoo was the ultimate heresy. Jean Hemel Hempstead contacted Banks. "She's here." "Are you secure?" "We have armed response and local military cover." "Good. Now leak it to the press that she is there. Do you have Muslim staff?" "Of course." "Have them serve tea to Mamadou and broadcast it on Facebook. And double your security. You'll need it." "Are you coming to meet her?" "Later. I have a dinner date." Banks hung up and called Leone in London. Scene 16. Saturday. Escape with Mamadou. After a tense night with thousands camped outside the British High Commission, Banks and Mamadou escaped via a tunnel that led to the neighbouring building. With their body and face covered in black Muslim niqab and abaya, they made their getaway, taking a car beyond the city limits to a small village where Mamadou's aunt lived. There they changed into Western dress and relaxed. The house was single-story and very modest. Mamadou's aunt left them to themselves in the kitchen, where they sat together across a small vinyl-topped table. "Do you come to your aunt's home often?" "Since all the craziness, it is the only place I can relax." "Must be difficult being so well known." "Sometimes." How did you ever become so famous? I do not know. It just happened. My friends and I were posting videos. Just stupid things. Nothing at first. But then I did a post on fashion, and my audience went crazy, and millions were following me. Everything I did attracted these likes. That is when I met my agent. Oh, so you have an agent? Yes. From London. I have never met him, but he handles all my bookings. You've never met? How very curious. Yes, he is English, like you. He even speaks like you. Many do. He tells me he is a famous poet. She laughs. He says, I am a damsel in a dulcimer. She added a hiccup of laughter and whatever that is. An Abyssinian maid, and on her dulcimer she played. You know it. Kubla Khan by Thomas Coleridge. That's him. Thomas. No, Coleridge. Banks had a Coleridge in his investment team who used to use that shut-up line all the time. Thank you for saving me, Philip. I can't believe what is happening. I would never have imagined that such a reaction in my own country. You'll be fine. It'll blow over. Mamadou prepared coffee from what looked like a very expensive coffee machine, especially in view of the modest kitchen, which was small and a single-burner stove and low single-door fridge. Its gleaming chrome looked out of place in a kitchen that appeared to have no other electrical appliances. Your aunt must like coffee. Oh, she doesn't drink. It is mine. An indulgence. She handed a black coffee to Banks. My favorite coffee, a yellow from Calabria. Banks remembered that blend from Finland. Something wasn't right. The coffee machine worthy of a five-star hotel from Calabria in a relatively poor home, it didn't add up. He wanted desperately to ask, but caution prevailed. May I suggest we fly to London? I have places you can stay. You can be anonymous for a while. I cannot. I have an appointment. When? Tuesday. A photo shoot? Maybe. Banks knew Mamadou was hiding something. He intended to find out, but first he had another project. I have one favour to ask. Come with me to Lagos. I will arrange for a plane. You'll be safe there. They love you in Lagos. Banks contacted Kitty, who sent a car to pick them up. They were whisked to Abuja's airport, where they took a charter jet, courtesy of Tanko Construction, to Lagos. It did the trick. Mamadou's mood changed and she began to smile and look a whole lot younger. Whilst in flight, Banks contacted 22. Thank you, 22. Parliament was mobbed. Don't thank me, thank Spyron. This time I want you to set up a protest meeting for Red Band. Put the word out that Mamadou is their Nigerian leader and that she will be delivering a public address midday tomorrow on Eko Boulevard. We have very little Red Band in Nigeria. I want everyone in Lagos mobilized, every phone, every board, every profile bombarded with Mamadou and the Yellow Snake, her voodoo, run with it. Mamadou attacks Eco-Atlantic City. Talk of a fake city built by white supremacists. I think it was the Scotsman who developed it. I want it mobbed. Shut it down. Do you get it? Naturellement. Red Band. Mamadou. Midday. Tomorrow. On it. Any bites? Later. Banks closed. Mamadou approached. I heard you mention my name. Just building your profile. She was not convinced. As they were at 30,000 feet, she kept her mistrust to herself. Come, we're approaching Lagos. Let's look out of the window. As the sun set, they admired the twinkling lights of Lagos, the brightest cluster being from Eco-Atlantic City, which was set against the black shoreline of the sea.